r/AskReddit by Redmond ETS. What happened to your first ever partner? Probably destroying someone's life. She passed away in the middle of November as a result of complications from a stroke. We were together for 20 years, since high school. He committed suicide a month and a half after we broke up, and no one even told me. I found out 2 weeks after his funeral. I was 16 at the time and devastated. Still so many unanswered questions. She became a nurse and got long COVID. She made a big long Facebook post about it in 2022, and how most days she doesn't have the energy to get out of bed. It sounds absolutely wretched and I hope she's doing better now. My first boyfriend died in a car accident a month ago. Even though we had not talked for 7 years, he held a special place in my heart. I feel really sad. I wish I had talked to him one last time before this happened. Has this happened to anyone here? How did you move on? We're still together. She is sitting next to me. With no clue, I soon want to ask her to marry me. Married and parents to a great daughter. Been together since 1991. She is married and presumably happy. We both love horror movies all the same. He moved schools after 3rd grade. Technically we never broke up, so happy 7-year anniversary, Dominique. We're married. We got together at 19 and have been together for almost 23 years now. He became an addict and was heavily reliant on pills and alcohol. He texted me about a year ago and asked for forgiveness, but I left him on red. I'm not opening up myself again. Traumatized me. He was very manipulative and possessive. He checks and opens my social media account every single day. He gets jealous whenever I'm having fun with other people. He knows these people. He is even friends with them. He threatened to unalive himself if I didn't reply to him. This has occurred multiple times, maybe 4 or 5 times. He will often start fights for no reason at all, and I was always the one who says sorry and courts him back. I ghosted him and broke up with him after a month. Well, apparently, I'm the bad guy now for ghosting him. I mean, it makes sense. I am indeed guilty for that. But I don't really care what they say, it's a small price to pay for salvation. I actually have no clue how I was able to tolerate that shit for 6 months. I no longer desire to be in a relationship because of him. I'm just glad to finally be free again. We went our separate ways with no real drama. I didn't know what she was up to for about 20 years, as I moved to a different town when I got married. After about 6 years in the new town I lived in, I discovered she lived about 3 streets from me, also married with children. Our kids even went to the same school. We had a coffee and a trip down memory lane, which was interesting. Then have never seen her again, not even accidentally in the local shops. Both very different people now. She turned really toxic and hateful. Not sure what she is up to now, it's been quite many years since we spoke. He's married and has 2 sons. Has a home, his own business, and I presume, is very happy. Thought about him for years and years, but realized that we wouldn't have worked had we stayed together. I wish him and his family well. We had a child and 8 years later we lost her in a car accident. Hug the ones you love while you still got them, and always wear a seatbelt. He broke up with me for his ex during High School Musical 2 of all movies. I now hate that movie with a passion. He knocked her up and she sadly didn't survive the birth. I heard he's in jail for dating a 14-year-old when he was 21. He cheated on me whilst I was 8 weeks pregnant and married the woman who made our first child's christening cake. They are still married. My oldest kids have little to do with him. I'm happily married with a 3rd child. Turned out good for me, horribly for my children unfortunately. Should add it was 20 years ago, and I absolutely remember the devastation it caused. Killed by a drunk driver who went through a stop sign. Knocked him off his motorbike, fled the scene leaving him dying on the road, and his own girlfriend trapped in the car wreck. Yet life is shit sometimes. Funny enough, I spoke to her the other day for the first time in like 8 years. Turns out she has health issues and has to have a full hysterectomy due to a very high cancer risk. She doesn't have kids, so now never will. I feel for her, as wounds from our breakup healed ages ago. We split in 2010. He became a nurse, which is extremely not reassuring, as he gave me a black eye and coerced me into unwanted sexual activity. I never reported him because it was only my word against his, and I probably would have just looked like a malicious ex. We got married on a park bench and then we broke up the day after. We were 6 years old. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.